Section 4.3 interactive assignment. We're preparing for section 4.3, so we're reviewing the content. And in this question it says the data represent the monthly rate of return of a certain company's common stock for the past few years. We're going to complete parts A and B below. So what they want us to do is they want us to determine and interpret the quartiles. So now, since we're in chapter 4, we can generate this information using Statcrunch. So we're going to click on the table here. Okay, we have all this data. Let's go ahead and open this data into Statcrunch. Okay, so I'm opening up the data into Statcrunch. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to select summary stats. So I'm going to go to stats and then go to summary stats and then select columns. So I'm going to make sure that this is all in there. Now, if you notice here, everything that's selected is the number of observations, the mean, the variance, standard deviation, the range, minimum, and the max. And then just so that we can make sure that there's other things that we may need, let's highlight the inner quartile range. We're going to hit the control button so everything stays, and the mode as well. So those are added to this list. So let's go ahead and compute. Okay, so here is our information. And we can see that here's our summary statistics. All right, so the first question says, what is the first quartile? So if we look over here, here's quartile 1, and then the value for quartile 1, and it says rounded to 4 decimal places, which it only goes to 2 decimal places, is going to be negative 0.02. Next, we want to find the second quartile. So let's take a look at the second quartile. Remember that the second quartile is the same as the median. So the median has a number of 0.035, and there is our answer. Next, what we want to do is, let's scroll down just a little bit. We want to find the third quartile. So the third quartile, Q3, is here, and the value of that is 0.1. So therefore, we have our information there. Now we need to interpret the quartiles and choose the correct answer below. Well, of the monthly returns, remember that 25% are less than or equal to the first quartile, 50% are less than or equal to the second quartile, and 75% are less than or equal to the third quartile. Okay, part B, it says check the data set for outliers, and then select the correct choice below, and if necessary, fill in the answer box to complete your choice. Now, in the past, what we've done in chapter 3 is we created fences. Now, one way of doing this is by looking at the box plot. So let's go ahead and then open up the box plot. So we're going to go ahead and go to graph, and then we're going to select box plot. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and select the column. Okay, we want to make sure that we draw the boxes horizontally. Okay, and then we can also make sure that the median is marked. Okay, and then that's pretty much all that we want to do there. All right, so now what we want to do is it's telling us that we're using fences to identify outliers, which is checked. So we're going to go ahead and select compute. So here is our information. So it looks like when we're looking at the box plot, there is a data value over here that is an outlier. And if you highlight that, you're going to see the number. It says row 2, okay, and it says 0.47. So if you look up here, here is row 2, and there is the value that's the outlier, which is 0.47. So that means we're going to go ahead and select here and then put in 0.47 to give us our outlier, to check our result, and therefore there is our answer.